Hi guys, I'm Dr. Bree, Doctor of Physical Therapy and founder of Fem Fusion Fitness, your home for core and pelvic floor friendly fitness and women's health information. Today we're going to talk about posture when it comes to sitting. I've had a lot of people ask me about how to sit correctly. I talk a lot about how to stand with good posture and how to keep good posture when you're doing certain exercises that are standing up, but I rarely talk about it in sitting. So let's just address that today. And also I'm going to share with you first why you need this information, whether you're absolutely fine and you don't have any issues at all, or if you have back pain, or if you have diastasis recti, or if you have pelvic organ prolapse. All of these conditions are actually, really related to the fact that the entire core container is something that works together. We have to stop isolating out certain muscles and just referring to just the pelvic floor or just the abs or just the back muscles, because really they all work together along with the breathing diaphragm to support you and to maintain intra-abdominal pressure and to keep everything stable and aligned and healthy and strong. So we can't really separate things out so much. Again, the core muscles all work together, and oftentimes if you have situations such as pelvic organ prolapse, you may also have concurrent issues with weakness in the abdominal wall or back weakness too. So again, no matter what, whether you're healthy as a horse or you need a little bit of help in the core, you need these tips. So let's talk about how to make sure you're sitting for best possible posture and alignment. Now, what happens in the world today is we often go like this. And the reason I'm wearing this little belly shirt is so you can see what's happening right here. Imagine there's a lot of weakness in this anterior abdominal wall. Well, that's not good. It's just gonna make everything even weaker to be in this position. Imagine there's pelvic organ prolapse. Look at this downward pressure that's occurring when I'm in this position. It's awful. Look at my neck. Look at the strain in my neck and look at my low back. If there was any possibility that there could be a herniated disc or a slipped disc, that's gonna happen when you're sitting like this, okay? So we want to make sure that this doesn't happen, and this is easier to have happen than you'd think. Oftentimes we sit like this without even realizing it, especially if we're in our nice comfy couch, our nice morning spot where we just want to sit and hang out, or our evening spot where we're just looking at our iPhone or whatever, and you don't even realize that you're sitting in this position and it's doing terrible things for your core and your organs. So unfortunately, you need to think about it. I'm not going to let you get off easy on this one. A little slouch here and there isn't going to kill you, but at the same time, if this is happening a lot, then it is going to potentially cause problems down the road. So what we want to do is make sure that you're sitting up on your sitting bones, your ischial tuberosities, your butt bones, however you want to think about it. If you don't feel two little points, well, they're not pointed, but two bumps, then that means you are probably slouching and you're actually feeling a flatness down here. That means you're not sitting on the ischial tuberosities in the correct manner. So you want to sit up nice and tall. That's going to put your pelvis in a good position and not tucked under. Now, you also don't want to be overly arched like this, of course. That's not good for you. That can happen if maybe you're at a computer workstation or you're doing something where your keyboard's up too high. If you're a shorter person and your keyboard is up too high, then this could happen, causing a lot of arching in your low back and an overstretching of the anterior abdominal wall. Not good, especially if you have diastasis recti. So you want to make sure that your workstation, if you have a computer or something in front of you, is not too high, but it's also not too low, because then this will happen and your head will be forward too. So again, you want to make sure that that pelvis is in a good alignment, that it's not tucked under and it's not arched. Then moving upward, we want to make sure that our ribs are not jutted forward. Now this popping forward can happen. Again, like I was saying, if you're doing something that's up here, then that can make your ribs jut forward. Or if you simply just tend to live your life this way, which I do. So I really have to work on keeping my ribs down. This has made all the difference in my training and just in my life in general, as far as really increasing my overall core strength. because having your ribs and your alignment in this nice ideal position puts your core muscles in the position for optimal firing when you really need them to turn a little extra on. Now, that doesn't mean that they're super turned on and active right now. They're just in a great alignment so that they can turn extra on if you need it. For example, if you have someone call your name and you are in this slouched position, this isn't good for your back. It's not good for your body if you turn and look at them and you're in this kind of slouched position. That's not good. Or you're going to have to come out of your position and turn anyway. So you might as well start in that ideal position where you're in that correct alignment such that you can easily engage the muscles, turn and look, and you're not going to tweak your back, okay? So we've talked about the pelvic alignment. We've talked about the low ribs being pulled in. So think of drawing your ribs in. Don't let them pop forward. Now, what happens for many people is when they draw their low ribs in, this happens with their shoulders. That's often because we're very tight through here, through the chest. So what you want to do is make sure your low ribs draw in, they're not thrusting up, draw them in. But if your shoulders are now hunchy in, then you want to draw your shoulders up, down, and back. So up, down, and back without letting your ribs pop forward again. So keep your ribs in the right position, and now your shoulder points should be pointing out to the sides. So they shouldn't be hunchy forward anymore. Now again, we don't want to be like this. But you just want to be in that nice alignment where your shoulders are pointing out to the side. Think of broadening across your collarbones, broadening across your chest, and that's going to help you keep that good alignment. Next up, we have to look at our head. Well, I've talked about this already, but you want to avoid the forward head. That's really bad on your neck. It hurts and tweaks your neck. It overstretches these muscles. It tightens up these back of the neck muscles. It can cause all sorts of tension issues, potentially even headaches because you're really tense up through here. So you want to lift the crown of your head toward the ceiling. Think of lining up your shoulders over your ears over your shoulders, and that's another nice way to think about it. Right here, my ears are not over my shoulders, are they? You want to bring them back. So pelvic alignment, low ribs drawn in, not thrusting forward and up, shoulders out to the sides, chin retracted just a little bit so the crown of your head lifts toward the ceiling, and make sure that you are in this nice position as often as you can, as much as you can throughout the day. Now, you want to be able to move. You don't want to be stiff like a robot, but I'm just saying, for the most part throughout your day, if you find yourself, if you catch yourself maybe slouching or slumping, then that's good. You know, catching yourself is good. Now you know how to go back into the right position. Just keep catching yourself, and over time, it'll be a habit that you'll have nice posture, even when you're sitting. And I can't tell you the number of people who say that I have good posture, and it makes me look taller, and it just makes me look better. It makes me look slimmer. I feel better when I have good posture, and people will notice. You'll look more confident, you will feel more confident, and it actually brings you energy, because really the best way to get the blood flowing throughout your body is to keep your muscles decompressed and nice and in a great alignment. If you're all slouched and slumped and pressing on everything, it's gonna make your blood flow, your circulation, and just your energy be more stifled, more stagnant, more squished. Before I end, I cannot let you go without actually telling you the most important piece of maintaining healthy core and pelvic floor health. Sitting posture, of course, is very important, but truly the most important piece of all is that you move more throughout the day. There are many different options for people who need to sit for a lot of their day. Maybe you have a desk job or something like that. You can sit on a stability ball. Just make sure that your posture is ideal, that you're not slumping, which is actually easy to happen when you're on a stability ball. But they do have specialized chairs that you can put your stability ball in so that it doesn't roll all over the place. You can also look into desks that are stand-up desks, or you can look into devices that can actually elevate your computer up and down. So you can actually stand up and sit down based on whatever it is that you want to do. And just really remember that moving around throughout the day as much as you can is really important. Take lots and lots of movement breaks so you're not just sitting and not just standing. You want to really vary your movements, and that is ultimately going to be the most important and helpful for pelvic organ prolapse or any type of core or pelvic floor dysfunction. Okay, back to the rest of the video. So you don't want to do this. You want to be lifted. It's better for looks and it's better for your core and your pelvic floor. So I hope this has helped you. If you benefited from this video and you like what I have to share, please subscribe to my channel. I offer new videos every week. So come on back next week and I'll see you then. Until then, remember, eat clean, move every day, and you will shine brighter.